Hey everyone, Danielle Fitzpatrick Clark here, the CEO and founder of Influence Builder, and we are here this week for Micro Your Business Virtual Summit. And this is going to be a panel of the leading founders and co founders of some of the most innovative technology and systems out there for the entrepreneur, small business owner, and solopreneur. So I'm really excited that you guys are joining us this week. I will be hosting this event, and I also have a couple of episodes with a co host, Kelly Tenney from Teacher Brilliance, where we are going to talk about how to micro that learning curve when it comes to entrepreneurship and how to build your business. So, these guys are going to give you some shortcuts. So, without further ado, we have our next speaker up. Hey everyone, Danielle Fitzpatrick Clark here from Micro Your Business Summit. This is a virtual summit, it's a micro summit, and I am here with the amazing Josh Steimle. And I believe I pronounced that right. Yay! Well, my goodness, I know everybody's excited for this one because we're going to talk about something. It seems like every entrepreneur has been asking me about how do I do PR well, or how do I just not stink at it? So, so Josh here is the proud founder of Canvas PR, and he's got some really great goodies and golden nuggets for you guys. And he's generated over 10 million for his small businesses by publishing articles in places like Forbes, Times, Mashable, Fortune, Fast Company, TechCrunch. He's also a TEDx speaker and a Wall Street Journal and USA Today best-selling author. So that's a little bit about him, Josh. And Josh, I know you've actually got lots more companies than just this one. So I'd love for you to give everybody a kind of a glimpse of what makes up all of you and all the companies that you have.
Sure. Well, what mostly makes me up is I'm riddled with ADHD and I have shiny object syndrome, and that's why I have multiple businesses.
Yes.
I have never met a business idea I didn't like. And so I have all these ideas. I'm like, oh, I want to start this. I want to start that.
Yes.
And for me, that started at a young age. I was starting businesses when I was a kid and in high school. And then when I was in college, I was going to college and starting businesses. The entrepreneurial life just appeals to me, the idea that I can go out and create something and start something and it turns into something real. That's just so fun for me.
Yeah. And I think there's a lot of people that can relate, but there's not a ton of us that can relate. So it's nice that you can serve that group of people that are they're just entrepreneurs to the core of them. I can totally understand the ADHD and having ideas, and you're a really good implementer to be able to run with them that quickly.
Well, I'm actually a terrible implementer, but one of the
Really?
things I learned from a mentor of mine who has done this, Blake Hansen,
Yep.
is to find partners. So
Yes.
I'm good at recruiting people, I'm good at finding partners. I like starting businesses. I'm
Yep.
really not very good at running businesses. I don't really like running businesses, but
Yep.
I do like owning businesses. And so I take all the risk up front. I start the
Yep.
business and then I go find somebody who loves running businesses and is
Yep.
really into that and isn't exactly as risky as I am.
Yep.
And I bring them in and they run the business. I start businesses and it can be a great partnership.
Look at that. So any of you guys that are the opposite of Josh, it may be a really good time to reach out to him.
Please.
Yes, please.
I
He's
need all
like,
the help I can get.
and you have, I know there's four. Is there more than four businesses right now?
Well, they're all in different stages. So we've
Okay.
got 4 that are really up and running, and
Yeah.
then there are others that are in different modes of startup or planning. What's really hard for me is to not start them all at the same time. But that's another rule is you can only start one business at a time.
Oh my
And I'm
goodness.
trying to hold myself to that, but it's really hard some days.
I I can tell. Yes, the passionpreneur. Now, do you have a book that talks about this? Have you written about starting businesses and the it sounds like you may have a little bit of a rule book here.
There is almost a book. It's actually not going to be my book. It's actually
Yeah.
my mentor's book, Blake Hansen. I'm helping him
Oh,
ghostwrite that right now. But that is the manual on how to start multiple businesses, run multiple businesses
wow.
successfully. Blake's much more successful than I am. I think his businesses are doing like a combined 300 million or something. He's on his way
Wow.
to $1 billion business empire. And he's the one who really inspired me and taught me how to do this the right way. I
Yeah.
was doing it for years the wrong way. now he's mentoring me and I'm learning to do it the right way and it works. And I told
Yeah.
him, you've got to write a book about this.
Yes.
But he's not a writer type exactly. That
Yeah.
is what I happen to do. So we're partnering up on that book.
I love that. Well, let me know when it drops because I want it because I am definitely a multipreneur. I love the idea of all these different businesses, but I will say I have always heard it's not a good idea, and I'm like, really? And so I love that you're actually disrupting that thought process.
That's what everybody says. That's what everybody told me is, oh, you can only run one business at a time. If you try to do two, then you'll fail at both. And then I
Yeah.
met Blake Hansen. He's like, no, I think you should do all these businesses. And I was like,
Yeah.
wait, nobody ever says that.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I'm doing it. Here's how I'm doing it. And I saw how he was doing it. And I was
Yeah.
like, this is different. This is something I've never seen before, which is
Yeah.
why I feel like it's so important that he get his thoughts and his system into a book,
Yeah.
because I know there's so many other entrepreneurs out there who have 50 ideas and they want to start all these businesses, but they're saying, I don't have enough lifetimes to do this. Well, Blake will show you how.
Oh, well, I'm in. So I'm raising my hand as tribute. I will totally be I'll be like right at the top of the line because I want to read that book. Anything that goes against the grain too is really interesting. So I love that. I love that he's doing that. And yeah, I tell my clients all the time, like, listen, ideas and opportunities, there's a never-ending flow of those. So it's just that's never really at least in my world, that's never the problem.
Right.
The the
I,
problem is
I have more
time.
ideas than I know what to do with. It's execution, of course. That's the hard part.
Yep. Yep. Oh, so you guys are going to learn some really good stuff from Josh, and he's already dropped a book that you guys have to read. And so we've learned a lot about you in a very short amount of time. So I know that we're here for PR. So tell us a little bit about what people need to start with PR before we go into the really good stuff for the VIPs.
Well, the first thing you need is a good story.
Yep.
A lot of people want to get in the big publications. They want to be in Forbes, Inc., Entrepreneur Time, whatever. And what they're thinking is, it would be great if I had an article and there was a big photo of me and it talked about my business and how great the business is.
Mhm.
But there's got to be a story behind that. We're all hardwired to appreciate story.
Mhm.
And so we really need that story that starts sometimes literally with the words once upon a time,
Mhm.
and it goes through the challenges somebody faces and how they overcame those challenges and the results that they got. It really ties into this concept of the hero's journey,
Yeah.
which, if you've done any book writing or you've script writing for movies, then you know about the hero's journey, that there are only so many different stories out there, and they all tend to follow this monomyth that Joseph Campbell came up with, this idea that there's a hero's journey where the hero leaves, goes on adventures, and comes back to where he started, a changed person.
Mhm.
And that's what you need to be able to tie into your PR story: is what is your hero's journey? What's the story? Because that's what's going to draw people in. That's what's going to get people interested.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And so many people don't even want to tell their hero's journey or they don't think they have one. So I bet you're the person that says everybody has one.
Yes, everybody does have one. It's just a matter of telling it. And often when people say, I don't have one,
Hmm.
what they mean is, I'm scared to share it. I don't want to get that vulnerable. I
Yeah.
don't want to show any weakness, because if I show any weakness, people won't want to work with me. But
Yeah.
really, the opposite is true. When you're vulnerable, that's how you build trust. And people do business with people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
When you're vulnerable, people feel like they know you, they trust you, they like you. That's how you get people to do business with you.
Yeah. So you guys are hearing it here. If you needed to hear it again, he just told you you can get vulnerable. It's actually what people like. It's they do hire you, even if you are a brand. You can't hide behind it. I love that. Okay, so Josh, you're going to take us through kind of a behind the scenes for everybody, and I know you've got a slide deck and everything you're going to walk people through, but this is going to teach them how to pitch themselves to PR, which I know we talked a little bit before this, and it's something that people really they don't have a good understanding. They know the results they're not getting, and so that's about all they know. So you want to just give us a little seed of what that's going to look like for our VIPs?
Sure. Well, this is what I did to grow my own business. Is I started my marketing agency in 1999, and I basically failed my way forward until 2013. That's when I got the opportunity to write one article for Fast Company. That opened the door for me to get a column in Forbes where I could post as much as I want. And then that opened the door for me to write for 2 dozen other publications, hundreds of articles, and that generated all the attention that then grew my business by tens of millions of dollars. And yet the way that I got into all that was pretty simple. And another thing I learned as a writer is I was on the receiving end of all the pitches from PR agencies. Some
Hmm.
months I would get 1,000 pitches a month. And
Wow.
I couldn't read all of those, but I read a lot of them and I
Hmm.
noticed they were all doing it wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
they weren't succeeding in pitching me. I was getting these pitches. I was like, they got my name wrong. They're
Hmm.
pitching me something that I'm not interested in, that I've
Hmm.
never written about before. Why are they pitching this to me?
Hmm.
And the way that they would structure these pitches, it just, I knew it couldn't be working on anybody else either because it certainly was not even close to working on me.
Hmm.
And so that's where I came up with a different method of pitching. And I thought, well, gee, if these people are running PR firms pitching people like me this
Hmm.
poorly, maybe I can come up with something better. Maybe I can launch an agency around that. And that's what we're sharing in the VIP part here is it's the perfect pitch template. It's the way to do pitching the right way so that people, writers like myself, will actually read your pitch and listen to it and be interested.
Yeah. So I would say this is going to work for not just, PR, but if you want to get on podcasts, if you want to speak, I mean, this is just going to be a wealth of knowledge for a lot of different things, visibility when it comes to entrepreneurship. I love that you're talking about this. So with that, guys, if you are on VIP, you're going to get access to it. If you're not, go ahead and upgrade, and then you can get access to it, and you're going to want it. So we're just going to go ahead and give a moment for our VIPs, and they're going to watch. And then general admission, we're going to have a really great treat for you in just a second. All right, guys. And so if you are on VIP, you got a special behind the scenes a sneak peek at the PR that Josh teaches and pitching. And we're back with both our general admission and our VIP gifts. So I'm just going to give you guys like a brief overview, and then Josh is going to tell you a little bit more, and then we're done. Then you guys have gotten like amazing content in like less than 15 minutes. So um, for our general admission and for our VIPs, you guys get the ebook PR is Broken. So that sounds amazing. And I guarantee there's some good nuggets in there, isn't there, Josh, about how PR is broken? So that's our general mission, and our VIPs get this. And then I'm really excited about this. This is for our VIPs. He is offering a drawing for a free PR placement in a top tier publication. Wow. And it's valued at $5,000. So, Josh, I'd just love for you to tell everybody a little bit about both the gifts.
Sure. Well, the ebook, the special thing about this is that you guys who get this are going to be the first people to see this because we're actually finishing it up right now and it'll be done just in time for you. And so you're going to get kind of first dibs, first peek at this new ebook that we're launching, PR is Broken, which talks about the problems in the traditional PR industry and what can be done to fix it, how you can fix it so that you get better results, and how you can identify if you're needing to hire a PR agency or something, you can identify the PR agencies that are doing it the right way. And then with the placement, this is you in an article of in a publication of your choice from the publications that we work with my agency. So Forbes Inc. Entrepreneur, for example, will get you in one of these articles and you'll be quoted, you'll be mentioned in that article. It's not necessarily a full feature article where it's a photo and it's all about you. It's probably going to be more of a topical article where it's focusing on a topic that's related to something you do, which could be entrepreneurship or leadership, or it could get more specific depending on what you do in your business. But we'll focus on a topic and then we'll include you as an expert in that article so that then you can point out and say, hey, I was featured in this Forbes article and it's on this topic and I'm listed in there as an expert and I got my quote. And we always try to get a link as well back to your website. Some publications let us, some don't, but we'll work with you on that and we'll get you placed in one of these publications.
Wow. Well, it's so generous, Josh. We so appreciate it. What a great gift. And guys, you can upgrade to VIP. I mean, I would now. I would right now with that opportunity. That's an amazing opportunity. And so we have your social links so they can go and find you in social. What's the best way of getting in front of you and connecting with you if people want to see about working with you in PR?
LinkedIn is great. I'm extremely active on LinkedIn, so you can connect with me there, reach out to me there. And also my email, josh@canvaspr.com, is a great way to reach out.
Awesome. So not only is he a multipreneur, guys, but he's also really great at connecting. So, I mean, you just don't normally see that. So I'm really glad that we had you here, Josh. Thank you so much for your gifts. And any last words of wisdom for everybody?
No, just thank you so much, Danielle, for having me on the show. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you guys learned about PR and how to make that much faster because it can take years to learn unless you have somebody like Josh in your back pocket. So now you've got his ebook that maybe it can go in your back pocket, maybe not. We'll see, but it'll at least go close to you. So you guys can grab that. And thank you so much, everybody. And thanks, Josh. We look forward to having you on other events that we're producing.
Thank you so much.
Hey everyone. Okay, so you just experienced the amazing Josh Steimle and how to really do PR the counterintuitive way. But this is the thing, guys, is that PR is one of those things where everyone thinks that they can do it. Everybody wants to do their own PR, but really, you're going to need some expert help and you're really going to need to have that high EQ, which is the emotional intelligence piece, to absolutely have things work in your favor. So if you didn't upgrade to VIP, you're going to want to. Josh is going to tell you how to get into these big companies. It is not easy. I will tell you that it's not easy to get in there. But if you use Josh's methods, I guarantee you're going to be able to do it. So go check it out. Go check out VIP. Watch what he gives you in the general admission if that's the one that you have. But really, you're going to get the best stuff. You're going to get the step by step if you upgrade to VIP. So we have one more day left. Tomorrow we have the amazing Hanny and with repurpose.io, and I love what he's doing. And by the way, he has even more good things to share since we did his interview. So repurpose.io is up to some amazing things. So until tomorrow, bye for now.